Hi, this is Ruth Lyons again with Sachs Realty, and we're talking about how investors create wealth via real estate investing. So, leverage is one of the most touted real estate wealth creation strategies available. Investors love it because essentially what it allows you to do is to control an investment worth much more than the money you're putting in to buy it. For example, let's say you put 20% down on a property that's worth $100,000. So your investment is $20,000, but you're controlling and you're borrowing the other 80% via loan, but you're controlling an asset that's worth $100,000 with just $20,000. So you're getting the benefit of owning, the rental income and the profits of owning a property that's worth much more than the investment that you've got into it. So leverage allows you to make money using other people's money. So if you have $100,000 to invest, you can invest in five $100,000 properties with just 20% down rather than buying one $100,000 property. That allows you to diversify in five different properties, but you're controlling and getting the profits of having invested $500,000. Related to inflation, housing is a cost of living. As such, it goes up over time, and people are used to that, and many landlords increase their rent year after year. Typically, a landlord might increase the rent 2 to 5%. It, of course, depends on where the property is located, whether this makes sense or not, and sometimes if you have a really great tenant, you don't want to increase the rent year after year. So assuming you have a fixed rate mortgage, the cost of owning the property doesn't increase year after year, but due to inflation, you can increase your rents year after year, and that increases your bottom line. So the last factor I'm going to talk about is forced equity. Equity refers to your ownership in the property. So let's say you have a property that's worth $150,000 and your bank note is $120,000. You essentially have $30,000 in equity. When you buy a distressed property that may need paint, carpet, new appliances, and you make those improvements for less than the increased market value of that property. So for example, let's say you bought another property for $120,000 and it needs $15,000 in repairs. You make those $15,000, so now you're at $135,000, but now the value of the property is $150,000. So you have $15,000 in equity just from buying the distressed property and making the repairs yourself. Another way you can force equity is through improving the property to make it more marketable. For example, let's say that it's a 2-bedroom property and you can add a 3rd bedroom and all the other houses on the block are 3-bedroom. That's going to bring it up to par with the other houses in the neighborhood and increase the market value. Assuming that you bought it for a discount because it only had 2 bedrooms and the cost of adding the 3rd bedroom is less than the market appreciation you're going to get by doing that work, you have forced equity. So these are the primary strategies that real estate investors use to create wealth. Of course, there are risks. You need to buy smart, manage professionally, and not get over-leveraged. Real estate investing is not for the passive person. It's more hands-on and time-intensive than buying stocks. But the rewards deliver higher gains proportionate to the higher risk, in my experience. So unlike other investments like stocks and bonds, real estate is a long-term investment. You're investing in a fixed asset in a particular location that can't be moved, and the selling costs are typically more expensive than selling stocks. But again, the appreciation, all these factors, appreciation, depreciation, forced equity, all these things add to an increase in your profits over the long term. Like any investment, there are risks with real estate investing. The important part is to know what the risks are and mitigate them as much as possible, and to have somebody on your side who can help you through the process. Please feel free to reach out to me at my cell phone, 443-745-4806, or you can email me at rl@saxrealty.com. I really look forward to hearing from you.
Sachs Realty, Maryland broker number 607720, office number 443-318-4514, equal housing opportunity.